Some man they wanna chat shit till I knock 'em, ain't like I'm Jack
Levels
Shaw.
to the game.
Rolls hat, roll stack, my flow sharp like a hacksaw. Getting off.
All right, buddy, how's it going?
How y'all doing?
What's happening, LT? Thanks for giving us some of your time. We won't keep you too long, as I know it's quite early over here. So we do appreciate you making an early start for us.
No problem.
You good to go?
Yeah, good to go, bro. I was just making sure I was settled down and the spot upstairs wasn't bright enough.
Oh, good. I'll just do a little quick intro then, and we'll crack on if that's good with you.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're very happy to be joined by LT Smash Nelson, coming off a massive upset win this weekend, or last weekend even, at BYB. Let's jump straight into it. LT, obviously you came over to Cardiff last weekend in a fight where, you know, before this fight, pretty much everyone on the circuit was calling Barry Jones the GOAT, the pound for pound #1 fighter in BKB across all promotions at the minute. You came in as the underdog into enemy territory against a hostile crowd. Talk us through the fight itself, through the build up. You know, what was your thoughts initially when you got offered the Barry Jones fight? Was there ever any doubt? Was there ever any hesitation, or was it kind of let's get this on and let's prove that I'm the #1 guy?
Yeah, I mean, definitely want to prove that I'm the number one guy, and I love a challenge, and I love hard preparation and putting the work in and grinding, and you know, Barry Jones, mad love and skill to him. You know what I'm saying? So he made me pull out and bring out the best LT Smash. He made me grind harder than ever in the gym, work hard, and be prepared for everything. And the crowd and the build up for everything was just insane, man. Just going out there. I knew everyone loved Barry. I knew that, you know, I know he's a badass, and he's got power in his hands. He's a technical boxer, like all of the above. So in every sense, you know, I'm going into enemy territory. Not only going to enemy territory, but I'm going to enemy territory against one of the best in the game. So you know, definitely some good thrills and energy the whole week leading up to it for me. But you know, I got to stay in Wales from Monday until I was in Wales for a whole week. So it was a good experience. I got to relax out there, take in the scenery, and I thought it was a really cool spot, and good energy, man. Even the people that per se didn't want me to win after the fight, they were all super humble and respectful, and just happy that I brought a show, you know.
Yeah, man, it was an incredible fight. I was obviously lucky enough to watch it live, and obviously it's no secret that the bar has got like this real good boxing pedigree. Obviously, he was 10-0 BKB. You yourself, you come from more of a kickboxing and MMA background. With the BYB rule set, obviously you're allowed to punch in the clinch. You've got the trigon rather than the ring, which kind of makes it hard to not fight in the pocket. Was that the game plan going into to make it rough and in his face and make it messy rather than try and, you know, outbox the boxer? Or was that just something on the night you felt like you was having a lot more success when you was fighting in close and you thought, let's run with this?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. In my head, I wanted to go out there and outbox the guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, everyone says he's the best outboxer and all this. And I want to show some stuff. But obviously, you saw the start of the fight. I was getting cracked. You know what I'm saying? I was getting cracked with some big ass shots. And you know, look, thank you to my parents and my family for letting me have that strong jaw, for giving me that strong jaw and chin. You know, but you know, it's me. I'm lucky. I'm blessed to have a jaw and a chin behind it. But it's also just my work ethic, my mind state, everything. You know, I believe in myself and I grind harder than ever. And I do everything in this situation to prepare 100% for situations like this that might, per se, not go my way. You know what I'm saying? I never go into a fight knowing or thinking that I know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I go into a fight just being prepared for anything. And that's what happened, man. I faced some diversity at the start, and I was able to push past that and push through. And for me, as soon as I got in the clinch and started fighting in there, I knew it was a different kind of game and way more of a game for me to play. And maybe Barry wasn't as used to it, so I was able to just go with that and keep on grinding in the clinch.
Obviously, I want to talk about your preparation a little bit. You talked about, obviously, the prep was just to get yourself in the best possible shape, obviously be fight ready. Obviously, coming from an MMA and a kickboxing background, do you do a lot of your prep now in a boxing gym, or do you still train with the same guys that you used to train with in your MMA and your kickboxing career, or have you kind of switched it now and now obviously you're fighting obviously only with the bare knuckle rule set? Are you now kind of just focusing on the boxing aspect, or do you still like to stay sharp in all areas? Because obviously I know a lot of guys who's jumped from MMA to BKB, but they still, do 90% of their training in an MMA gym. So what's the case for you?
Yeah, I still trained in a full in my Muay Thai gym actually. I trained in my Muay Thai gym, and I still do all my kickboxing. I still even do jujitsu, man, twice a week. I still roll twice a week, and it's just a different kind of, for me, it's a different kind of conditioning, a different kind of strength, a different kind of aspect of the game that I like to add to my game. And not just that, just like the fight, in the clinch, like fighting in the clinch, it's different. It's a different style of fighting and a different work ethic. And I do a lot of Muay Thai, kickboxing, MMA, and there's stuff in the clinch, maybe not the same style of clinch as I have in my bare knuckle fights, but just the conditioning aspect of it and understanding the clinch helps. But yeah, like I say, I don't go into a fight with a per se game plan in the sense of like knowing what I'm gonna do, because it's a fight. You never know what's gonna happen. So I like to go out there with the thought in my mind that I know Barry's got a mean, quick, snappy right hook from southpaw, a really good straight left hand. He's a good boxer, all this stuff. So in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it grimy. I'm gonna make it an ugly fight and not be a technical boxer in front of him, because that's what he's ready for.
Yeah, man. Do you obviously with the clinch yourself? Like I was talking to a couple of boys about this on the weekend at the show. Obviously, most boxers are kind of used to when they get in that clinch position, the ref kind of stops and separates. Do you think the fact that you can now work in the clinch and you've got that background, obviously, I know myself as an MMA, it's a very wearing discipline to be able to constantly work in that clinch, especially when it's not something you're used to. When someone knows how to lean their weight and make you carry their weight a certain way. Do you think that's why you had so much success in the Trigon, is because you've been able to incorporate those other parts and other disciplines as well?
Yeah, I mean, 100% that and the fact of just bare knuckle, man. I was born for this bare knuckle game, and I know how to punch. I know how to get in your face. I know how to wear people down and break people down, and that's what I do. But yeah, definitely it helps me out a lot, man. I love it. I love the action. You can stay busy, stay moving, and stay throwing. And just like I said, like I wanted to go out there and touch gloves and just knock him out all quick on the hands. Like, oh yeah, look at this, slip this punch, you're out, like that. But obviously it didn't happen that way from the start. I started working my way in throughout the fight with some better movement and started moving better. But that clinch was a home for me and a spot that I felt super comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I took advantage of that.
100%. And last one for me, if I hand it over to Joe. Obviously, you've got a 50-plus fight professional career in terms of boxing, kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai, bare knuckle boxing. Where do you do you think that you'll finish off now your fighting career under the BYB banner? Do you ever see yourself transitioning back to MMA, back to the Muay Thai, or do you think this is where you'll finish up and because obviously now beating the number one guy in the sport essentially puts you at number one. Now you're the guy with that target on your back. So do you just see like bigger and tougher fights coming now, or do you see yourself still jumping around all different sports and continuing to be so active?
Oh man, I personally, if it's all up to me, I'm gonna choose to stay active as hell, man. I'll fight every month, as much as I can. Like I said, last year I fought 7 times. Last year I did 3 bare knuckle fights, 2 kickboxing fights, 1 Muay Thai fight, 1 MMA fight. I like to stay busy, man. I'm 34 years old and I grind. This is what I do for my life, my career, my life. So obviously the more I can fight, the more money I'm getting, this and this, but also like the injuries and all that extra crap happens for me in training and stuff. I mean, obviously I'm cut and stuff from the fight, but my hands are good. I'm ready to train next week. You know what I'm saying? So like, other than the little cuts I have on my face. So, for me, I just want to stay, I'm going to keep on staying active. I like to train in every aspect just to be ready in every discipline, in every aspect and conditioning wise and whatnot. And I just love to fight so much, man. So until I die, man, if I could fight every month, I would. Every other month, something like that. Keep me busy, keep me working. And big up to BYB because they're allowing me. I'm one of the only champions that they're allowing to do glove combat outside of like 40 days or something like that of their fights. So anyone have some big news on other fights, man? You know me, I'm down for anything.
Mate, amazing. I wasn't actually down there last week, but I watched your fight online. And to be honest, it kind of looked like you said, when you got in that clinch, you just kind of, you could see as time was going on, you were just like sucking the life out of him almost in that position. And fair play to you. I can see, obviously, you're wearing a bit of damage. What's it like fighting bare knuckle compared to other fights, as in the damage wise? Obviously, the recovery is probably longer, I'd imagine, is it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, actually. It's just about like the cuts per se, because that's more of like I call it superficial damage. I know it's not superficial because it's actually but I call it more like the bare knuckle game to me is a lot more superficial in a way, in the aspect of like, for like the couple days in the first week after the fight, it looks like shit. And then all of a sudden, like next week, I'm like 100%, you know what I'm saying, back to normal, because like it's just little like cuts and scrapes and wounds. Like everything's normally pretty on point for me. So I'll be back. I mean, I've already been back in the gym. I jogged. I had to go on a run yesterday because I just felt crappy about myself because I haven't been doing anything. But I'll be back in the gym next week. I won't be sparring next week. I'll just give my head a little bit more time in the cuts and stuff. But I'll be back training, doing one-on-one sessions and like rolling jiu-jitsu and doing all that right away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The knuckle game though is just the different animal, man. It just brings out the natural order of things, I guess. I don't know. It just brings out like the true fighter, the true warrior inside each fighter and each person. And you can really tell when you go out there and start cracking people. And Barry cracked me good, I cracked him good, and we didn't put our knee down and quit. You know what I'm saying? We keep on going, we keep on grinding for the crowd, for the fans, for ourselves, everything like that, and that's the difference in tests. You see some people go out there and maybe it did more damage than we know itself. But I see some people take some shots, like take a right hand, take a knee, and then like they could have probably kept going, but they decided not to in their own head because they didn't want that shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's one big thing that bare knuckle brings out of people is like, oh crap, you take that first shot, first punch, something like that, and you see the difference between some of the fighters in there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could definitely see that you wanted all the shit, to put it in that way.
Yeah, for sure. Inside me, I was a little bit like, oh damn, that hurt. That wasn't cool. Oh no. but on the outside, I'm like, oh yeah, that's nothing. I don't know what anyone's talking about. It's the easiest thing ever.
I seen that they had a camera on your mum. Did they?
Yeah, they have the.
It's
the second time they've done that too. They put the camera and a microphone on her, which is pretty cool. I was a little bit upset the last time they did that up in Colorado when I won one of the world titles out there that I have for BYB, and I was slightly upset because the video of my fight, literally the video of my fight and the video of my mom. And the video of my mom is just a video of her watching my fight. And there was there was like thousands and thousands and thousands of more likes and stuff on my mom than there was of my actual fight. I was like, what the hell is going on here? It's so funny.
I think you're seeing that raw emotion though, isn't it? What's it like for you knowing that your mum's there watching you fight? What does that bring out in you, or do you just not think about it?
And she always watched.
Well, I mean, I try not to think about it. Yeah, I try not to think about it as much, but damn, like I feel bad sometimes for my mom and like my dad, but like I don't feel like I know I know what's coming, but like for everyone else, I like some of my fights that I have and some of the shots I take, I'm like, oh my word, I'm so sorry, Mom. But just know that you birthed this thing. You gave birth to this thing that has a great jaw and some power in those hands and good fight technique. You know, so they should be blessed, but also like, oh, I'm sorry sometimes.
Don't blame me. This is your doing, man. This is your
yeah, for real.
What? So obviously you spoke a little bit about coming to Wales. Was there?
Yep.
Do you notice any like cultural differences over here to where you're from? Like, what was different to you?
Well, I mean, I really love the aspect of how much people like care and energy and love they have for like who they are going for as a fan, or you know what I'm saying, like it's probably even crazier soccer games and all that crap. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even imagine. I was driving by some soccer fields out there and like there's signs on the road that says away team park on this side, or like, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, I'm guessing that's for craziness that happens. Who knows? but yeah, the cool thing about it is like I was nervous for not as much for what's happening in the fight, but for what happens after the fight, after I beat Barry or this or that. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? We were in an indoor like soccer field sort of as stadium thing, and there wasn't much exits and stuff like that. So who knows? Like I was nervous more for like my coaches and my mom and dad and one of my friends flew out from Oklahoma here, which was super cool. And I was more nervous for all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, hopefully everyone's cool and respectful and doesn't murder us after this fight. You know what I'm saying? And it was, bro, everyone out there, they had all love and all respect for Barry and gave him like, you know, and not love for me at the start of the fight, but by the end, and like I won the fight and left, and everyone was super respectful. They loved that I brought a war and a fight, and you know, and I thought that would happen anyways. Because you know, it seems like everyone out there in Wales and England in general and Europe, bro, I super love and fighting out there. Enjoy going out there. My parents live in Italy, man. I just the whole scene in Europe and England and the fight scene and everything about it, I love, man. So it's just an honor for me to go over there. And even if people didn't like me at the start of the fight, hopefully I got some new fans for from that fight for afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
You got 2 years, mate. Anyway, that's for sure. I think won't be missing a fight.
I think obviously combat sports in Wales is so big as well. I think anyone who watches a fight like that, whether you're rooting for you or rooting for Barry, I think it is impossible to not demand respect after a fight like that. You know, when two guys meet in the middle and just bang it out, and the better man ends up winning, or the tougher man ends up winning. Whatever it is, I think ultimately there was no way that anyone couldn't respect you after that. So it's good to hear that, you know, the fans there showed the right respect and the right attitude afterwards as well, because I think that's what BKB especially and BYB, they're very big on that, and I think is showing respect to your opponent, and you know, the respect between the fighters and the fans after the fight, I noticed was real big. You know, it's sometimes in MMA and boxing it can carry over a little bit and the fans get a little bit hostile with each other, but didn't seem to be none of that on the weekend. One last thing from us is obviously number one now. You got the title. What's next? Are you looking to come back to the UK and fight? Are you looking for a big fight in America? Is there anyone specifically you're eyeing up, or are you just kind of the old anyone, anywhere, anytime?
Yeah, you know, I'm always anyone, anywhere, anytime. I just love to fight, man. So bring whoever people think can beat me, whoever doubts my skills and what I'm about, bring whoever you think can take it out. And you know, and once again, I'm gonna make it another badass war, and it's gonna be a fun fight, and everyone's gonna love it no matter what. But you know, I believe in myself. I believe I am the best in the world. I believe I'm the best bare knuckle fighter in the world. And if people don't trust that, don't believe it, or want to test it, I'm ready and I'm open to fight anyone in the world. And just so you know, with James Kennelly, bro, James Kennelly, he's a big up dude. He's a nice dude, and we're friends. We're friends now. I call us each other friends. Who knows if he thinks we're friends, but I think we're friends. We have good talk back and forth a little bit now since our fight, and I know, bro, like that's gonna be another badass war. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't want to see that rematch happening. And we did get a draw. I thought I won that fight. He thinks he won that fight. I'm not taking away anything from either of us, but I believe I won that fight. Let's go run it back and prove it again for another belt. You know, the belt, the Police Gazette belt that we had a draw for, the one under the weight that I just won. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready for that fight. I'm ready for any fight. I'm ready for any human in the world. Freaking, you know, give me a Mike Perry. Give me Mike Perry. Give me Jake Paul. Give me a big money fight. I don't give a shit. Like, I'll fight any human in the world. Like I said, I just love to fight. I love to put on a show. I'm an entertainer. I do this for the crowd. I do this for every single person that loves to watch fighting or wants to like to watch fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, LT, you made 2 fans out of us on the weekend, that's for sure. We really do appreciate you giving us some time today. The floor is yours. Anyone you want to thank, team, sponsors, family, we give you your time.
All right, cool. Well, big ups to you guys. Thank you guys for having me on the show. Much love and respect and whatnot. Yeah, just BYB for always giving me opportunities to throw down and show my skills. Big up to Barry Jones again. He was a true champion, a true warrior, and I literally brought he made me bring out every aspect of LT Smash Nelson to win that fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing in general, because I don't have to dig as deep like that always. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big thing for him. Much love to Forza Combat Sports out here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. You ever in Oklahoma looking for some fight training? Forza Combat Sports, Leo Perucci, the best coach around. Big ups to Ryan BJJ, my jiu-jitsu place, and out here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Just Peachy Tattoo. Just Peachy Tattoo, my boys own that spot, and you ever in Oklahoma and looking to get fixed up, an awesome tattoo, want a better looking face, they can make that happen, whatever. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, tattoo place out here. And my dad's company, Yield Plus, if you want anything to happen with your plants, growth from grass to flowers to fruit to marijuana, whatever you guys do, whatever you guys like, it works for that. Anything that grows from the earth. So Yield Plus, check them out. Yield Plus, baby. Yeah. And biggest one, LT Smash Nelson, myself right here. I got my own fight course at Smash FTC. Look it up on Instagram at Smash FTC, baby. Yeah.
One more thing just before you go. LT Smash, where's it come from? Where's it?
LT Smash. Well, my full name is Laurenti, so that's the LT part of it. And then Smash I got from actually high school. I was in high school, and I would always I played hockey, lacrosse, and whatnot. And I always, if there was a puck on the ground in front of me and a person skating to the puck and me skating to the puck, I would probably go after the person before the puck. People used to hate that. But then also, I knocked some dude out really bad that was messing with a bunch of us. He was like messing with all the kids. He was selling crappy drugs to people, doing this, he was a bad person in high school and was just trying to mess with all the kids. And one day I told him to stop messing around with us and pushing my friends and stuff, and he cracked me in the face, and I was like, oh yeah, you don't want to do that again. And he swung at me again, and I just remember, like, I think I closed my eye. I can't really remember, but I just threw a right hand and full went to sleep, and he ended up getting had to get flight for life to Denver. I was in hospital for like 3 months. It was bad news, but I was just trying to be nice and not fight, and he punched me, and then I didn't do anything, and then let him try to punch me again, and then killed him. And then ever since, I didn't actually kill him, but he was in bad injuries. And then after that, I got back to high school. Like that was the weekend that week, and I always played contact sports and this and that. And I got back to high school, and I was walking down the hall, and I was like, "Smash! What's up, Smash?" And everyone called me Smash from then, bro, and it just stuck.
Was a better story than what I thought, because that's funny enough. The other day, I come across this thing online, and there's this Simpsons character called LT Smash.
LT Smash, yeah, baby. I'm literally. That's the funniest thing ever, because I literally have a little clip of that like saved on my YouTube or on my phone, because people. And now I can use the Simpson things just to show people that there's a cartoon version of me as well.
Win-win.
Well, LT, we appreciate your time, brother. We will put the links to your Instagram, to your fight page, all in the description. And again, thank you for coming on. We can't wait for your next fight. And we hope to see you in the flesh in Wales again someday. And maybe we can do an interview in person.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, brother. Much love. And thank you for having me on. Much respect, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Cheers,
Come
man.
on, we'll catch you soon.
Later, y'all.
See you, mate.
Oh, old LT Smash. He's a character, isn't he?
Yeah, mate, that was great, to be fair. Like,
he was exactly how I expect him to be.
You never know how someone's going to be when you get like a Zoom interview, do you? But you had some funny stories.
Oh, yeah. Legitimate. You could just tell by seeing he's a little legitimate, tough motherfucker. Can notice.
Definitely.
Some people you just... Like, because he wasn't even like it's not like he was trying to act tough, and like he's a funny guy when he was quite playful in a way. But
if anything, he was trying to hold it back.
Yeah,
but it was just
you could just tell by the way he is as a person that he's not a guy. He's not a guy your average dickhead would want to road rage on and have to jump out the car and have a straightener with.
No, you see his gold teeth come out of the car, and that's going to put you off straight away, isn't it?
Yeah, Smash tattooed on his forearm. You know you're in a bit of trouble, eh?
He's a nice guy, though. That's, you know what I mean? Overall.
One hell of a fight, him and Barry. You know, fucking hell, the shots Barry was hitting him with in the first round. Even the second and the third round, Barry's... And I think most people it would have got put out cold.
I agree, mate. Like, he must have a hell of a chin on him just to be able to take them shots.
Incredible chin. You can see that, can't you, the weight... Because he was getting rocked by shots and not even... Like, he would have a split second where he'd falter and then he'd just be straight back on the offensive. And I think in that little trigon, it's almost impossible to, like, fight on the back foot. So you've kind of got to meet fire with fire. And I think someone like him, the way he fights...
If he's taking them shots, and like you say, you could just see the energy draining out of Barry, and Barry's a hell of a bare-knuckle fighter. He's beaten all the best.
Oh, well, look, how many people do you know go 10-0 in bare-knuckle? I don't know any.
It doesn't
know any. So, and look at the guys Barry's beat, mind. Just the fact he's beat Jimmy Sweeney alone. Two times. Two times tells you all you need to know. But yeah, man, it's a brutal old sport, especially up close when you're there on the weekend. When I was there cornering. Not even just the boys' corner, but like when you're at the back, and because everyone, there's like kind of like one big changing room, so everyone kind of getting warmed up in the same. And like the medics was in the same room as the change room, so like people are coming back, and like Dorian Darch is coming back and getting his ears stitched up, and he's warming people up, and Marshman's getting his lips stitched up whilst boys are still warming up. So there's a real like. Sometimes in MMA, I think it's, you can kind of turn a blind eye to it in a way because you're just in your own world in your change room. Whereas this one, it was like, oh no, pretty much everyone that fought come out of there with some sort of damage, whether they won or lost.
Well, he was the winner. When he come out,
he
looked like, you wouldn't think that was a winner coming out. No, but that's just how it is in bare-knuckle, isn't it?
No, it was a good event, though. I have to be fair. The production was real good. The venue was absolutely packed. I think they did like 1,700 tickets.
Yeah.
It wasn't couldn't move in there. If anything, there was too many people in there. There was too many tables, I thought. I felt, it's not like here where I say, but if I was them next, I would do less tables and have maybe a couple more seating or standing tickets.
Some stands
just so people get better value for money on the viewing. But awesome to watch. I really enjoyed it. That's my first ever time being live at the BKB event. And,
I think considering as well, they've just changed from BKB to BYB. A lot of people in the UK probably like, who's BYB? But I think they've done a good job of actually stating the change. I think you can. It's so obvious.
The triangle helps, doesn't it? The fact that the ring has changed.
Yeah.
But also the production as well. I'm not like I don't think they'll be. I don't really care anyway what they think. But the production difference in the BYB compared to the BKB, you could see it was night and day. You could tell there was Americans running it with a lot of experience on like cameras and rigs and the intros, but even the media build up. Like we was talking to Gachi about it, weren't we? The media build up where they're doing like the day of they're doing like the face-to-face stuff, like Martin, his opponent, then you had Gachi and
Yeah.
doing like a little pre-fight interview, stuff like that. I think it goes a long way.
Yeah, but the only criticism I'd have, probably just because I had different experience to you because I was at home watching it, is they did like, you know, they do like the interviews before the fight. They were showing the interviews on the stream before the fight.
Yeah.
But what they did is they'd show 2 or 3 fights worth of interviews and then have 2 or 3 fights.
Rather
Whereas
than
I think if they should have done the interview, the fight,
Yeah.
the interview, the fight, because it was like, hang on, that guy's not even fighting now.
No, I agree.
It was confusing. Like, but besides that, it was really good to watch and you could see what was going on.
The only thing I would like to change as well, as from a fan point of view, I do like the 3-minute rounds. I think 3-minute rounds are better than 2-minute rounds. But I would like the non-title fights to only be 3 rounds.
Yeah, is it 5?
It's 5 rounds.
That's
yeah.
a lot, isn't it?
Because lower down the card more so, not so much towards the tape, but lower down the card, there's a lot more inexperienced guys with, you know, guys like 1 or 2, 3 fights.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, there's the exception. Like Gachi, obviously, that was his 3rd pinnacle, but that's a guy with, again, 20, 30 odd combat fights. But what I'm saying is there's guys in there who jumping in, never had combat experience, and then they got to do 5 round. The fights end up being I don't know if boring's the right word, but a bit lackluster. Whereas I feel like you look at kickboxing, like the glory shows, they would have 3-minute rounds and it would be explosive. And I feel like if they did that, especially for the guys lower down, it would make the lesser skilled set guys have more exciting fights, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
and then I think as you go through the levels, then you do your 5 and your 7 round fights, no problem with that.
Yeah, maybe like main card of 5 rounds or something, innit?
Yeah. But no, he's a character. I think the way he fights in that triangle, he'll do really well. I think if you can't put LT out with a big shot early doors, I think you're gonna, because if you can't put him away, you're not gonna stop him coming forward.
No, I think he's one of them people the fans will get behind as well.
Oh yeah,
Like, he's one of them.
well, the fact that, like he's saying, that the fans had a lot of respect from afterwards, it shows the type of fight he is. Because, you know, we've all been at shows in Wales where the away guy gets fucking abuse before, during and after the fight, you know what I mean? So the fact that he fought the way he did, and credit to Barry Jones as well, because it takes 2 to tango, because you know,
Mate, it could have gone either way up until it didn't. Do you know what I mean?
because he was very much in it as well, Barry, wasn't he? Like, he was probably winning the fight. Or if he weren't winning the fight, he was more on holding his own, and it was only a case of like 1 or 2 shots slipped through and hurt him that kind of turned the tide big time. But it was one hell of a scrap. Talk about saving the best fight to last.
Oh yeah. When you have a main event, that's what you want to see, innit?
What weight was that fight at? Is that 168, 170, or was it even lighter?
That's one of the other things. Like, without, you know, no disrespect
get
or
on
throwing
top,
shade,
obviously.
but it's really hard to know all that sort of
Yeah,
detail
no, I agree.
with like the BKB and BYB. In the UFC, you know, it's a 155, it's a 170, it's a 185. In that, it's not quite promoted in that way, and that's what
saying his last weigh-in is 153, but I don't feel like
He seems bigger than that, doesn't he?
Yeah, and
But-
like Barry seemed bigger than that as well.
Yeah, and what I think as well, like we talked about before, if you had some sort of rankings, like
Yeah,
it gives
yeah,
the
yeah,
fans
yeah.
more to talk about, doesn't it? Because you're kind of like guessing certain things, aren't you? At the
I
minute,
can't find the. Doesn't say the weight you're on Tapology.
yeah, there's no way we'll know.
No, I'd have to go on the Facebook page and have
Yeah.
a look. But yeah, I would say that. Would you say they're around about Gachi's weight, them two?
I would say so. Yeah.
About 77 kilos, I would have said. I think, well, put it this way, if he fought lightweight in MMA LT, then I'm guessing he's probably fighting between 150. He said he fought Danny Christie at the weight below as well. So he's probably fighting between 155 and 170, I would say. So, you never know, we might see him and Gachi get on in the future. That would be some fight.
Well, I wouldn't want to stood there eating gachis all night anyway.
No, because I think Gachi very much will like embrace that type of fight as well. But yeah, not to even go on that route. Though, awesome fight, awesome performance, and I hope they bring him back to the UK. I hope they bring him back to fight another UK guy.
You're not dipping your hands in petrol ready for your debut, are you?
Someone said to me, it might have been Sean George actually, he said to me on the weekend, you gonna have a go at this? I was like, no fucking chance. No fucking chance. You need a big checkpoint to get me doing that, let me tell you.
Yeah.
But credit to him, because it's a brutal
Some of them are
sport.
going in there for, you know, I don't know what the pay is, but I imagine not a lot.
Pennies for some people, I guess. You know, like, don't be wrong, I dare say the top boys get looked after, but I can't imagine the guys with 1 or 2 fights are getting massive money, and most of them are coming out with war wounds, isn't they?
Oh yeah, for sure. They won't look the same again.
But, you know, it was I enjoyed it for my first one. I'm glad that I waited for a BYB one to go to. I could see Outlaw front row, right, almost like you could just see him almost like clucking. 'Cause I think that triangle would have suited his style.
Him versus Chapman in the triangle would be a different
ball
fight,
game.
wouldn't it?
Different ball game. I mean, who are we to say what the result would have been? But it wouldn't have been the same sort of fight, would it?
It would have been a lot more meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know the BKFC, are they in a circle?
Circle, yeah.
So what do you think? Well,
I think it's really big, so I think...
Yeah, so I feel you could probably dance on the
I think
outside
so.
there, can you? Whereas that, like...
Because when you're in a ring, you're circling
It doesn't
anyway,
always
really,
mean the
isn't it?
best boxer wins, but the toughest man usually going to be the one that wins it in there, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a completely... It's a different sport, almost.
Oh, totally different. And the clinch. The clinch mind is a massive, massive factor in that. Because if you watch their fight, LT and Barry Jones, he does a lot of like underhooking you and just working the head, working the body with his spear hand. Like we said just in the interview, most boxers kind of are used to when they start trapping arms, like right, split, and yeah, it was...
Yeah, you could see it was a different world, wasn't it? When they were separated and Barry could strike like a boxer.
Oh, it was different.
And then the second they
and that's how he
clinched,
closed the gap,
yeah.
though, isn't it? It's like you said, it adds a totally different element to it.
Yeah, probably suit, like you say, suit like a Gachi because he's done a bit of MMA as well, so...
Yeah, he's going to be a lot more comfortable in the clinch than necessarily like a pure boxer. Again, like you said, he had a bit of a Muay Thai background, didn't he? Old Smash. So that's always going to play dividends as well. But yeah, with shame, I would have loved to have seen Sean, not just fight in that, but to get a fight in Wales as well. Like a big. I'm pretty sure they did a Welsh show. Did the BKB do a Welsh show years ago?
Don't know.
Oh no! They went to Gavin Reese's pub, didn't they, years ago? Up the pan. Yeah, but it was proper early days then. You know.
A-Bales up there, was it?
I don't think it was I don't know if it was A-Bales, but it was early days. But I would have loved to see Sean, to get a fight on a Welsh show like that, but with a big production, big sellout crowd.
I bet he wanted to as well.
Oh yeah.
I bet he got offered a fight. Did he? Probably. I would imagine.
Maybe I don't know because of his eye. Perhaps they said no because of his eye. I guess I don't know how it works with I don't think there's many medical checks and stuff. I don't know.
Probably be able to fight, wouldn't he?
I think. Well, he was saying to us if the missus lets him, he will. So perhaps the missus put the foot down, and I don't blame him. Mind it, you know.
What more can you do though? He's been champion.
He's done it all.
There's no need.
He's won it all. He's fought them all.
Unless they're going to give him big money.
Like you said, the only thing he didn't get to do, and that's not for his own fault, was have that big fight in Wales. But it is what it is. Yeah, some good fight. I'd like to see Gachi getting there for a belt now next. I don't know how it works now with the Police Gazette and all that. I don't know if it works.
No, that's a bit. Yeah, that's a bit confusing.
Yeah, I know. Again, I think
so.
they think they were sort of telling Gachi they've done away now with like the British and the European and the world. It's kind of just like there's one belt, but like the UFC now, there's one belt, and
I think that's what you need at this stage. You need to like make everything so crystal clear so everyone understands what's going on in it.
Yeah, but good. But they had Gareth A. Davis there doing a commentary.
Yeah, I seen that
which
as well.
Is big. They had Robin Reed on the mic. So look, good on them. They make a go of it, and I think like to sell out like they did, they're bound to come back. They're bound to come back to Wales. It'd be nice to see them come back, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'll definitely have to get down to the next one.
Oh yeah, it would have been. You would have had some good backstage footage at that one,
I
let me
know.
tell you. There's some fucking absolute lunatics down there.
I bet it was.
Fucking lunatics.
Yeah, some crazy fights. Yeah, it was good to be fair. It was actually really entertaining. Like I watched UFC straight after. It was more entertaining than that in a lot of ways.
It wasn't a bad UFC though, was it?
It was pretty good. Yeah, Hooker's fight was insane.
He's always in a good fight, Hooker, isn't he?
Kai Kara France, great finish.
Yeah. Didn't call that. Well, I thought Steve Erceg would beat Kara France, but even though he lost, he looked really good, didn't he, Erceg?
He looked sharp.
He was causing him a lot of problems, and bang, he's nailed him down. The old fearful, the old overhand left. Like.
That'll do him. He seems to just carry power at that weight that others don't, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a big puncher for that weight.
Yeah,
and Stylebender and DDP, like Stylebender looked as good as he's looked, in my opinion. But that DDP is just so unorthodox, and so I seen a funny thing online. It was like DDP's fight style not only gasses his opponent out, but also gasses himself out. And it's almost as if the fact that he gassed himself out makes him more dangerous because he goes all in on his attacks even more. But he's just a machine, isn't he? You can't make a single mistake against him, can you? You can't let yourself get tucked down. You can't let him land a big shot. If he lands a big shot, every time he connected flush with Izzy, hurt him. And Izzy's got a good chin, you know what I mean? Izzy's not like a battle-worn fighter who can't take a shot. Izzy's got a good chin.
I actually tried to stay up for that one straight after my mate was round. I ended up falling asleep 4 times and I had to watch in the morning anyway.
Did you know DDP was 33 and 0 as a kickboxer?
No.
I didn't know that till this week either.
You wouldn't assume he was a kickboxer.
No, but to be 33-0, you got to be doing something right, haven't you?
Yeah, he must just find a way to win no matter what.
Someone said down a podcast, it might have been Fighter and the Kid, Brendan Shaw might have said, he's world class. He's not a world class striker. He's not a world class grappler. He's world class at finding a way to win.
Yeah,
he always
100%.
seems to do it, and he done it down until like the tide was turning. Bang, he pulled it out. Roy Whittaker, bang, he pulled it out. Even with Strickland, I know we thought Strickland won it. Of course we did, didn't we? But
Yeah.
even with Strickland, like, you know, he found a way to turn it round because the first round he had a fucking paste in, and then he found a way to make it a fight.
I
Same
do
with
actually
this.
look forward to that fight now because I feel like it is warranted.
Yeah, it is warranted, and I also think that they got a feel for each other now. So I think we'll see a more intriguing fight this time round as well.
I think so as well.
I think Strickland will be more ready to wrestle, and I think DDP will be more ready for the pace of Strickland. So I'll be interested to see how it goes.
Pereira announcement as well. He's fighting
Khalil Roundtree, bit of a mad one.
It's out the blue, but that is a fight I'm
That
really
was a
looking
great
forward
fight,
to as
and
well.
you know, what was it? 5-fight win streak for Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah.
They don't want to give him Ankalaev, do they? Like, I'm not saying that's because Ankalaev will beat him, but it's not a fight for the fans, is it?
No.
They know where they go with Pereira. He's a massive star. You keep giving him guys who'll come and strike. There's always that chance he's going to knock him out, who's going to get knocked out.
Just let him fight Aspinall then, isn't it?
Let him fight Aspinall.
That's the only fight I think Aspinall needs apart from
or let him
unification.
fight John Jones.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll do it for you, right? Let's pray to the MMA lords now and the MMA gods that Stipe doesn't end up fighting John Jones because Aspinall is the backup. They put Aspinall against John Jones. You've got Shamma against fucking Khalil the month before. Line the winners then up for March.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Biggest fight in UFC history.
If it's John Jones, it is.
If it's John Jones,
If
it
it's
is.
John Jones and Pereira, it's the biggest fight in UFC history. Maybe not apart from McGregor and
Khabib,
Khabib.
yeah.
In modern, all right, take McGregor out the equation. It's the biggest non-McGregor fight in UFC history.
Yeah. It's the biggest. It's not like a casual biggest fight. It's like the biggest.
Hardcore fan.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Totally agree, but totally
Yeah,
agree.
it'd be class.
No, I enjoyed that. Good episode there. We're going to start getting a couple of the BKB or BYB guys, I should say now. Or maybe even we can get some BKFC guys on. Now we're dipping our toe in the water.
That's it.
You know, not to brag, but I am officially undefeated as a BYB/BKB cornerman. And I've also got 100% win via round one knockout rate. So if you're looking for a career...
Or a coach.
If you're looking for a career in the Trigon and you need a coach to guide you, I could be your guy.
Do you reckon we can find some little podgy guy I could fight or something?
I think we could sort. I think
Yeah,
we could get you in. I mean, we need a couple of months. I think
What are you trying to say?
to fucking teach you how to throw a punch. We need a couple of months.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You're a good tennis player. He's a shit boxer.
I throw my punches like I'm fucking swinging a rocket.
But no, all jokes aside, I enjoyed our with LT. Big thanks to him for coming on. We hope you enjoyed. Follow his, what do you say, at his Instagram and his Learn to Fight page,
Yeah,
I think
like
it
a
was.
Fight Academy
We'll
type
chuck
thing.
the links in the description. Give him a follow. Show him some support. If you haven't watched his fight with Barry Jones, I suggest you go and watch it. It's well worth the 10, 12 minutes, wherever it is it's on. It's a slugfest. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Our first Zoom guest?
We did one a while back, but
Oh, with
Modestus.
Modestus, yeah. Well, our first Zoom guest in the studio.
yeah, we're gonna try and do more.
So we're going to try and line a couple up. That was pretty, well, we haven't had it yet, but
Seemed alright.
for me it was easy enough. Joe, we're going to do all the hard work now.
Yeah,
but
that's easy.
as always, we thank you for watching. We thank you for your support, and we will catch you next time.
See you soon.
Yeah, boss! Right, I'm going to let the dog out now for a piss.